Hey and welcome to the MX-5 guide on Oschersleben in iRacing. This track has a tricky first turn, and I found 3 different ways to approach the downshifts there, which are all equally quick. So I've decided to include all 3 of them. Let me know in the comments which one you are using, which one you find the easiest, and maybe if I'm missing something. As always, you can also practice against my ghost car. You can find the lap files on the community Discord, which is linked in the description down below, where you can also find the link to the telemetry on Garage 61. As mentioned in the intro, there are 3 ways to approach the downshifts in this turn, and I will show all 3 of them. The most important thing which I want to point out is that it doesn't matter where you downshift, where you brake and your driving line always remain the same. You want to approach the first turn on the right edge of the track and turn in and hit the brakes as soon as you reach the pathway on the right. And downshift on the turn in shortly before I reach the curb, which is the riskiest way to do it, because if you overdrive the car, then it's very easy to spin. You want to coast into the turn, attack the curb, but avoid the raised yellow curbs and prepare for the second turn. Straighten the wheel between both turns, hit the brakes again, and shift down into second gear while you prepare to attack the second curb. Attack the curb, but avoid the raised yellow curbs again, and try to hit a tight line around the apex. Once the car turns, you want to be aggressive on the throttle, because the exit is very forgiving, so even if you are too early on the throttle, you have enough time to make small corrections. Alright, so that's the way how I approach the turn, with a downshift shortly before every curb, which can be a bit risky, especially on the downshift into third. But you can also move this downshift forward and downshift right at this point when you hit the brakes, which looks like this. Or you can also delay the downshift and downshift twice between the turns, which looks like this. As mentioned, I couldn't find a noticeable difference in pace because you are not using the engine to brake anyways, so I leave it up to you and your personal preferences. Just pick the approach which gives you the biggest confidence. Approach the next turn on the far right edge of the track. Use the curb on the right as marker for braking and hit the brakes when you reach it, and prepare to shift down into second gear. There's nothing special about this turn, just aim for a smooth line and try to be early on the throttle to get a good exit onto the long straight. We are heading into a high-speed triple left-hander, and here it's important that you hit a wide entry. So get your right wheels onto the wide line and look out for the first inside curb. The first half of this section is not important. You want to lift when you reach the first curb, maintain your speed and aim for a smooth line towards the second inside curb. Hit the inside curb, and now we reach the important second part of the turn. Shortly after this curb, you want to get back on the throttle and push the car to the left to hit the third and last inside curb, which gives you a good entry into the upcoming right-hander. Aim for the left inside curb and hit the brakes as soon as you touch it. You want to straighten the wheel to keep the car stable and prepare to shift down into second gear. The key for this turn is patience. Let the car swing a bit away from the curb while you are coasting. Wait for the car to turn, and go flat out as soon as you know that you will hit the exit. Attack the entry curb into the chicane, and also fully attack the second curb of the chicane. You won't receive an incident point as long as the center of the car stays above the colored part of the curb. Before you exit, you want to give the brakes a short, soft tap to roughly 30% to adjust your speed for the last turn. Approach the next turn on the left edge of the track, use the bridge as marker for braking, hit the brakes and shift down into third gear. The key here is to exit this turn on the far right to get a good run into the last section. That's why you want to coast while you attack the curb and give the throttle a short hard tap at the exit to push the car even further to the right. lift while you turn the car, aim for the upcoming inside curb, and try to attack the throttle as soon as possible. You don't need to brake for the next turn. Position the car on the left edge of the track, and if you hit a wide entry, then you can even keep some soft pressure on the throttle. Use the full curb on the exit and keep the car on the left side of the track. Stick to the left, use the white line as marker for braking, hit the brakes and shift down into second gear. Keep your right wheels on the right side of this white line and you won't receive an incident point. Enjoy the Cockpit Lap. I want to thank you for your support, wish you all the best for your races next weekend, see you next time!